the world. You.
It's time for a new strategy.
Every drop I drink up. That's how it's done.
What happens when pop idols trade the stage for swords? Welcome to KPop Demon Hunters, a wild ride of music, action, and monster slaying mayhem. I'm your host from a cinema review, and today we're diving into the hidden facts and epic moments behind this unique pop fantasy adventure. KPop Demon Hunters is a 2025 American animated musical fantasy film made by Sony Pictures Animation and released on Netflix. The movie is directed by Maggie Kang and Chris Apfelhans, with the script written by Kang, Apfelhans, Hannah Morgan, and Danielle Jimenez, based on a story idea by Kang herself. The voice cast includes Arden Cho, and Hyol Seo, Mei Hong, Ji Young-yu, Yeonjin Kim, Daniel Dai Kim, Han Jang, and Lee Byung-hun. The story is about a K-pop girl group called Hunter X, who live double lives. By day they are pop stars, and by night, they hunt demons. Their biggest challenge comes when they face off against a rival boy band named the Saja Boys, who turn out to be real demons in disguise. The idea for KPop Demon Hunters came from Maggie Kang's wish to make a story inspired by her Korean roots. She wanted to mix Korean mythology, demon stories, and K-pop culture to create a film with unique look and deep cultural meaning. The project was already in production at Sony Pictures Animation by March 2021, with the full creative team on board. The animation was done by Sony Pictures Imageworks, and its style took inspiration from concert lights, fashion photography, music videos, anime, and Korean dramas. The movie also features original songs by different artists, with the music score composed by Marcello Zarabos. The film was released on June 20th, 2025 on Netflix and received a lot of praise from critics. People loved its animation, unique style, voice acting, story, humor, emotional moments, and music. The film's soundtrack also became a big hit, making it into the top 10 on several music and streaming charts. For many centuries, demons hunted humans, stealing their souls and offering them to their ruler, Wama. But three brave women rose up as demon hunters and sealed the demons away from the human world by creating a magical barrier called the Han Moon. This duty was passed down through generations, with each new group of three women using their singing voices to keep the Han Moon strong. In the present day, a popular K-pop girl group called Hunter X, made up of Rumi, Myra, and Zoe, secretly work as demon hunters, guided by Celine, a former hunter who also raised Rumi. After finishing their world tour, the group plans to release a new song called Clover. However, Rumi starts losing her voice because she is secretly part demon, a truth only Celine knows. When Rumi was a child, Celine told her that once all demons are destroyed, the Han Moon would turn gold, acting as a final seal that could banish the demons forever and possibly erase Rumi's demon marks. Meanwhile, in the demon world, Wama becomes furious at his demon's repeated failures. A demon named Jinyu comes up with a new plan to create a K-pop boy band called the Saja Boys to drain the energy of their fans and weaken the Han Moon. In return, Wama promises to erase Jinyu's human memories. When Hunter X confront the Saja Boys, they discover their true demon nature but fail to stop them. During a fight, Jinyu finds out about Rumi's demon side, but chooses to keep it a secret from her friends. Later, Jinyu meets with Rumi in private. He explains that the demons are trapped by feelings of shame and sadness caused by Wama's voices in their heads. Jinyu shares his story 400 years ago. Wama gave him a beautiful singing voice that lifted his family out of poverty, but instead of freeing him, Wama banished him to the demon world, and Jinyu has felt guilty about his family's downfall ever since. As the idol awards approach, Hunter X rushed to create a new song called Takedown aimed at exposing the Saja Boys. But as the boys' fame grows, Myra starts to suspect something is wrong with Rumi, especially when Rumi questions if Takedown is too harsh on demons. Conflicted about her identity, Rumi strikes a deal with Jinyu. He helps Hunter X win the idol awards and protect the Han Moon. He can stay in the human world. As the Han Moon weakens and more souls are stolen by demons, Myra tells Rumi they need to focus on saving people rather than fixing the song. Rumi admits to Jinyu that her shame over being part demon had weakened her voice. but talking with him helped her regain it. After they sing together, Jinyu reveals that he no longer hears Guima's tormenting voices and decides to sabotage the Saja boys' plan. However, Guima calls Jinyu back, reminding him of their DLA and reveals the painful truth that Jinyu had willingly left his family behind when he became famous. Guima threatens to bring back the torment unless Jinyu obeys him. At the Idol Awards, the Saja boys don't show up, and Hunter X performed Volk, a song meant to spread unity instead of hate. But Jinyu secretly sends imposter demons to separate Rumi from Myra and Zoe, then disguises them to trick Rumi into performing takedown. During the performance, the imposters expose Rumi's demon marks. Shocked and hurt, Rumi runs off stage and finds the real Myra and Zoe, who now feel betrayed by her secret and her deal with Jinyu. When Rumi confronts Jinyu, he confesses to lying about his past. Guima casts a spell over Myra, Zoe, and the crowd, drawing them into the Saja boys' final performance meant to destroy the Han Moon and release him. Feeling hopeless, Rumi asks Selene to end her life because of her demon blood, but Selene refuses and even offers to cover up everything. Angry, Rumi lashes out at Selene, blaming her for never truly loving her, then leaves. Instead of giving up, Rumi interrupts the Saja boys' performance with a powerful new song about overcoming shame and fear, which breaks Guima's spell over the crowd. Hunter X reunite, fight back, and save everyone. In a final act of bravery, Jinyu sacrifices himself to protect Rumi from Guima, passing his wrist towards Soul to her with new strength. Hunter X defeat Guima and the Saja boys, seal the demons away again, and create a new Han Moon. In the end, Rumi, new free from shame, relaxes with Myra and Zoe. Later, Hunter X make a comeback and meet their fans once more. KPop Demon Hunters, a comprehensive guide to the star-studded voice cast introduction in the ever-evolving landscape of animated entertainment. Few films have captured the zeitgeist quite like KPop Demon Hunters. Released on Netflix in June 2025, this Sony Pictures animation production represents a groundbreaking fusion of Korean pop culture, supernatural action, and musical storytelling. What truly sets this film apart, however, is its meticulously assembled voice cast that brings together established Hollywood talent, K-drama stars, and authentic K-pop vocalists to create a uniquely immersive experience. The film's casting strategy reflects a deep understanding of both Western and Eastern entertainment markets, showcasing how modern animation can successfully bridge cultural divides while maintaining authenticity. The voice cast of KPop Demon Hunters is not merely a collection of famous names, but a carefully curated ensemble that serves the story's dual nature, the glamorous world of K-pop stardom and the hidden realm of supernatural demon hunting. The creative vision behind the casting directors Chris Apfelhens and Maggie Kang, along with producer Michelle L.M. Wong, approached the casting process with a clear vision to create an authentic representation of K-pop culture while ensuring accessibility for global audiences. This ambitious goal required finding voice actors who could embody the complex characters who live double lives as both international pop stars and secret demon hunters. The casting process involved extensive research into both Korean and Korean American performers who could bring authenticity to the roles while also possessing the acting chops necessary for the film's action-packed sequences. The directors were particularly focused on finding performers who understood the nuances of K-pop culture, the pressures of fame, and the importance of maintaining a public persona while harboring secret identities. The main trio, Rumi, Myra, and Zoe Arden Cho as Rumi at the heart of KPop Demon Hunters is Rumi, the group's leader and main protagonist, voiced by Arden Cho. Cho's casting represents a perfect synthesis of her established career and the character's requirements. Known for her memorable role as Kira Yukimura in MTV's Teen World, Cho brings both supernatural experience and Asian American representation to the role. Cho's background as a Korean American actress who has navigated Hollywood's complex landscape makes her particularly suited to voice Rumi, a character who must balance her Korean heritage with international stardom. Her previous work in Pretty Little Liars and Chicago demonstrates her ability to handle dramatic material, while her own experiences in the entertainment industry provide authentic insight into the pressures of fame. What makes Cho's performance particularly compelling is her understanding of identity struggles. In interviews, she has expressed how Rumi's journey resonates with her own experiences as an Asian American performer in Hollywood. Rumi's character arc, dealing with an identity crisis while trying to fulfill multiple roles, mirrors many real-world challenges faced by performers of Asian descent in Western entertainment. Cho's vocal performance captures Rumi's determination and vulnerability, bringing depth to a character who could have easily become a stereotypical chosen one protagonist. Her ability to convey both strength and uncertainty makes Rumi a relatable leader for the Demon Hunting trio. Mei Hong as Myra. Mei Hong voices Myra, bringing her own unique perspective to the role. Hong's casting reflects the film's commitment to featuring authentic Asian voices in its central roles. As Myra, Hong embodies a character who serves as both the pop star and the fierce demon hunter, requiring a vocal performance that can shift seamlessly between glamorous performer and supernatural warrior. Hong's approach to Myra emphasizes the character's complexity beyond her surface-level pop star persona. In the film, Myra represents the member of the group who perhaps struggles most with the duality of their existence. Hong's performance captures this internal conflict, making Myra's journey one of the film's most emotionally resonant storylines. The choice to cast Hong reflects the filmmaker's desire to work with performers who bring fresh perspectives to their roles. Hong's relatively newer presence in mainstream Hollywood allows her to approach Myra without the baggage of previous iconic roles, letting the character stand on her own merits. Ji Young-yu as is Ji Young completes the main trio as Summer. The third member of the Demon Hunting K-pop group, Yu's casting brings additional authenticity to the project, as her background provides insight into the Korean entertainment industry's unique challenges and opportunities. Zoe's character serves as the group's technical expert and strategist, roles that require you to balance intelligence with accessibility. Her performance avoids the trap of making Zoe simply the smart one of the group, instead creating a fully realized character who contributes to both the musical and supernatural aspects of the story. Yu's vocal work emphasizes Zoe's role as the group's anchor, the member who helps keep her teammates grounded while they navigate their dual existence. Her performance brings stability to the trio's dynamic, creating a foundation that allows Cho and Hong's characters to take greater emotional risks. The supporting cast, a blend of established and emerging talent, and Hyo Sop as Jinyu, one of the film's most significant casting coups was securing, and Hyo Sop to voice Jinyu, a character who plays a crucial role in the protagonist's journey. Hyo Sop's casting represents a direct bridge between the film and the actual K-drama and K-pop industries, bringing legitimate Korean entertainment credentials to the project. Hyo Sop's background is particularly impressive, having made his K-drama debut in 2015 and subsequently appearing in popular series including Still 17, Abyss, Dr. Romantic, Lovers of the Red Sky, and A Time Call To. His breakthrough role came in the 2022 Netflix K-drama Business Proposal, where he played Kang Hae-moo, a performance that earned him international recognition. His casting as Jinyu serves multiple purposes within the film's narrative structure. First, it provides authentic Korean representation in a key supporting role. Second, his established fanbase from K-drama audiences helps bridge the gaps between the film's target demographic and existing K-pop/K-drama enthusiasts. Third, his acting experience brings gravitas to Jinyu's character, who serves as more than just a romantic interest or plot device. Hyo Sop's vocal performance captures Jinyu's complexity as a character who exists within the K-pop world but may not fully understand the supernatural elements that drive the main plot. His ability to convey both charm and confusion makes Jinyu a relatable audience surrogate while maintaining his own distinct personality. Yeonjun Kim as Celine, veteran actress Yeonjun Kim brings considerable dramatic weight to the role of Celine. Kim's extensive background, including her memorable performance in Lost and numerous other projects, provides the film with an anchor of established talent. Her casting signals the filmmaker's commitment to securing performers who can handle complex emotional material. Celine's role within the film's structure appears to be that of a mentor or authority figure, requiring Kim to balance wisdom with relatability. Her performance must establish Celine as someone worthy of the protagonist's trust while maintaining enough mystery to serve the plot's supernatural elements. Kim's approach to voice acting demonstrates her versatility as a performer. While known primarily for her on-screen dramatic work, her vocal performance in KPop Demon Hunters showcases her ability to adapt her skill to the animated medium while maintaining the emotional depth that characterizes her best work. Ken Jeong as Bobby. Ken Jeong's casting as Bobby represents one of the film's more unexpected choices, bringing his distinctive comedic sensibility to the supernatural K-pop world. Jeong's extensive background in both television and film, from Community to the Hangover franchise, makes him uniquely qualified to handle Bobby's role within the story. Bobby's character appears to serve as comic relief while also providing practical support to the main characters. Jeong's ability to find humor in almost any situation makes him perfect for a character who must remain engaging even when delivering exposition or technical information. What makes Jeong's casting particularly interesting is how his comedy background complements the film's more serious supernatural elements. His presence suggests that KPop Demon Hunters doesn't take itself too seriously, allowing for moments of levity that prevent the demon hunting plot from becoming too dark or intense. Lee Byung-hun as Wima. Perhaps the most prestigious casting choice in the entire film is Lee Byung-hun as Wima, the primary antagonist. Byung-hun's international recognition stemming from his work in films like The Good, The Bad and The Weird, I Saw the Devil, and Terminator Genesis brings immediate credibility to the villain role. Wima's character requires an actor who can convey menacing power through voice alone, skills that Byung-hun has demonstrated throughout his career. His ability to project authority and danger makes him an ideal choice for the film's primary supernatural threat. The casting of such a respected actor in the villain role also signals the filmmaker's commitment to treating the supernatural elements of the story with appropriate seriousness. Byung-hun's presence ensures that Wima will be a formidable opponent worthy of the protagonist's efforts. Daniel Dae-kim in a supporting role. Daniel Dae-kim's inclusion in the cast adds another layer of established talent to the project. Kim's extensive background in both television and film, including notable roles in Lost, Hawaii 5-0, and The Good Doctor, provides the film with additional gravities. While his specific role in this film remains somewhat mysterious, Kim's casting suggests a character of some importance to the overall narrative. His ability to handle both dramatic and action-oriented material makes him suitable for virtually any role within the film's supernatural framework. Kim's presence also reinforces the film's commitment to featuring established Asian American talent in meaningful roles, rather than simply casting them as token representatives. The extended voice cast. Building a complete world. Joel Kim Booster as show host. Joel Kim Booster's casting as a show host character reflects the film's attention to the media landscape surrounding K-pop culture. Booster's background in comedy and his understanding of contemporary entertainment culture make him well-suited to voice a character who exists within the public-facing side of the protagonist's lives. The show host character serves an important narrative function, providing a window into how the public perceives the main character's K-pop personas. Booster's performance likely balances the artificial enthusiasm of entertainment programming with moments of genuine insight into the character's public images. Liza Koshy as host. Liza Koshy's casting as another host character continues the film's exploration of media representation. Koshy's background as a digital content creator and her transition into traditional entertainment make her particularly qualified to understand the modern media landscape that K-pop groups must navigate. Her performance as a host character probably emphasizes the social media and digital aspects of contemporary entertainment, areas where Koshy's real-world experience provides authentic insight. Her ability to convey both enthusiasm and skepticism makes her suitable for a character who must interview or interact with the main characters. Additional supporting cast. The film's supporting cast extends beyond the main players to include various other characters who populate the world of KPop Demon Hunters. These roles, while smaller, contribute to the film's overall authenticity and help create a believable universe where K-pop stars secretly battle supernatural threats. The musical component. authentic K-pop voices. The singing voice cast. One of the most innovative aspects of KPop Demon Hunters is its approach to the musical elements. Rather than having the voice actors perform all the musical numbers themselves, the filmmakers assembled a separate cast of authentic K-pop vocalists to handle the singing portions. This decision reflects a deep understanding of K-pop culture and the importance of musical authenticity. Arden Cho's contribution. Arden Cho's involvement in the musical aspects of the film brings contemporary K-pop and R&B sensibilities to the project. Her background as a Korean-American musician who has successfully navigated both Korean and American music markets makes her particularly valuable for a film that must appeal to both audiences. Cho's musical contributions likely emphasize the modern, internationally minded approach that characterizes contemporary K-pop. Her ability to blend different musical influences mirrors the film's own approach to combining various cultural elements. Rayeonmi's musical input. Rayeonmi's participation in the film's musical elements adds another layer of authenticity to the K-pop representations. Her background in music production and performance provides insight into the technical aspects of creating convincing K-pop music for the film. Mi's contributions probably focus on the more experimental and artistic aspects of K-pop, helping to create musical numbers that feel both familiar and innovative. Her understanding of music production helps ensure that the film's musical elements meet the high standards expected by K-pop audiences. Arden Cho's role. Arden Cho serves as the singing voice for Jinyu, providing a separate vocal performance from Man Hyeol's soft-speaking voice. This division of labor allows both performers to focus on their respective strengths while creating a complete character. Cho's musical background brings additional authenticity to Jinyu's character, ensuring that his musical performances feel genuine within the K-pop context. His ability to handle both solo and ensemble pieces makes him valuable for the film's various musical requirements. Kevin Wu's Broadway and K-pop experience. Kevin Wu's inclusion in the musical cast represents a unique combination of K-pop and Broadway experience. As a former member of U-KISS and a performer in K-pop Broadway productions, Wu brings both authentic K-pop experience and theatrical training to the project. Wu's background makes him particularly valuable for musical numbers that require both K-pop authenticity and theatrical presentation. His understanding of both musical traditions allows him to bridge the gaps between different performance styles. Samuel Lee's contribution. Samuel Lee's participation in the musical aspects of the film adds another authentic K-pop voice to the project. His background in the Korean music industry provides insight into the cultural nuances that make K-pop distinct from other musical genres. Lee's contributions likely focus on the more traditional aspects of K-pop, helping to ensure that the film's musical elements respect the genre's roots while also appealing to contemporary audiences. Nekweb's musical input. Nekweb's involvement as both the vocalist and producer brings technical expertise to the film's musical elements. His understanding of music production helps ensure that the film's musical numbers meet professional standards while also serving the story's needs. His dual role as both performer and producer likely makes him valuable for creating musical arrangements that work within the film's narrative structure while also standing alone as enjoyable K-pop music. Lee Solonga's Broadway legend status. Perhaps the most prestigious musical casting is Lee Solonga, whose inclusion brings immediate credibility to the film's musical ambitions. Solonga's legendary status in musical theater, combined with a Filipino-American background, adds both talent and representation to the project. Solonga's participation suggests that the film's musical elements aspire to Broadway-level quality while maintaining K-pop authenticity. Her ability to handle complex musical material ensures that the film's most demanding musical sequences will be performed at the highest level. The international dubbing cast global reach through localization. The film's international success has been supported by extensive dubbing work in multiple languages, including Spanish, German, French, Chinese, and Philippine versions. This localization effort reflects the global appeal of both K-pop culture and the film's universal themes. Rodrigo Anato's Spanish Latin American version. Rodrigo Anato's work as both dubbing editor and sound mixer for the Spanish Latin American version represents the technical expertise required for successful international distribution. His dual role ensures that the Spanish version maintains both linguistic accuracy and technical quality. The Spanish localization is particularly important given the growing intersection between K-pop and Latin American audiences. Donato's work helps ensure that Spanish-speaking viewers can fully appreciate the film's cultural nuances while enjoying high-quality audio presentation. Rudolph Otto Jr.'s Philippine version. Rudolph Otto Jr.'s role as dubbing director and translator for the Philippine version reflects the film's recognition of the Philippines' significant K-pop fan base. His work ensures that Filipino audiences can experience the film in their native language while maintaining cultural authenticity. The Philippine version's importance extends beyond simple language translation, as it must navigate cultural similarities and differences between Korean and Filipino entertainment traditions. Otto's work helps bridge these cultural gaps while preserving the film's essential character. The production team's casting philosophy, authenticity over star power. The casting of KPop Demon Hunters reflects a deliberate choice to prioritize authenticity over simple star power. While the film certainly includes recognizable names, each casting decision appears to have been made with the character's needs and the story's cultural requirements in mind. This approach represents a mature understanding of contemporary audience expectations. Modern viewers, particularly those interested in K-pop culture, are increasingly sophisticated in their ability to detect inauthentic representations. The casting team's commitment to authenticity helps ensure that the film will resonate with its target audience. Balancing established and emerging talent. The film's casting strategy successfully balances established performers with emerging talent, creating opportunities for newer voices while maintaining the gravitas provided by experienced actors. This balance helps ensure both commercial appeal and artistic integrity. The inclusion of both Hollywood veterans and K-pop industry professionals creates a unique dynamic that serves the film's dual cultural identity. This approach allows the film to appeal to both mainstream American audiences and dedicated K-pop fans without compromising either group's expectations. Cultural sensitivity in casting decisions. Every casting decision in KPop Demon Hunters appears to have been made with careful consideration of cultural sensitivity and representation. The filmmakers clearly understood that superficial or stereotypical casting choices would undermine the film's credibility with its target audience. This cultural awareness extends beyond simple ethnic representation to include understanding of K-pop culture's specific values, traditions, and expectations. The casting team's success in navigating these cultural requirements reflects extensive research and consultation with cultural experts. The impact of voice acting on character development. Bringing animated characters to life. The voice cast's success in KPop Demon Hunters demonstrates the unique challenges and opportunities of voice acting in animated films. Unlike live-action performances, voice actors must convey all character information through vocal performance alone, requiring exceptional skill and preparation. The cast's ability to create distinct, memorable characters without physical presence testifies to their professional capabilities and the effectiveness of the casting choices. Each performer brings their own interpretation to their character while maintaining consistency with the film's overall tone and style. Emotional depth. Through voice performance, the film's emotional impact depends heavily on the voice cast's ability to convey complex emotions through vocal performance alone. The success of emotional moments in the film reflects the cast's understanding of how to use voice to communicate subtlety and nuance. This emotional depth is particularly important in a film that deals with themes of identity, friendship, and personal growth. The voice cast's ability to handle these themes with appropriate sensitivity ensures that the film's emotional core remains strong despite its supernatural and musical elements. Action sequences and voice acting. The film's action sequences require the voice cast to convey excitement, danger, and physical effort through vocal performance alone. This presents unique challenges that the cast handles with professional skill and creativity. The success of the film's action sequences depends on the voice actor's ability to make audiences believe in the physical reality of supernatural demon battles. Their vocal performances must convey both the spectacular nature of these conflicts and their emotional significance to the characters. cultural impact and representation breaking barriers in animation. The casting of KPop Demon Hunters represents a significant step forward in terms of Asian representation in mainstream animated films. The film's success demonstrates that audiences are eager for authentic cultural representation when it's handled with respect and understanding. This breakthrough has implications beyond the film itself, potentially opening doors for similar projects that explore other cultural traditions with equal authenticity and respect. The film's success proves that cultural specificity can enhance rather than limit a project's appeal. Influence on future casting decisions. The success of KPop Demon Hunters is likely to influence future casting decisions in animated films, particularly those dealing with cultural themes. The film's approach to combining established talent with cultural authenticity provides a template for other productions. Future films may follow this model of prioritizing cultural accuracy while still maintaining commercial appeal. The success of this approach suggests that audiences are more sophisticated and culturally aware than industry executives might have previously assumed. Educational value of authentic representation. The film's casting choices provide educational value by introducing audiences to various aspects of Korean and Korean American culture. The authentic performances help viewers understand cultural nuances that might otherwise be overlooked or misrepresented. This education aspect extends beyond simple cultural awareness to include understanding of the entertainment industry's international nature and the challenges faced by performers working across cultural boundaries. Technical aspects of voice direction, recording sessions, and performance collaboration. The creation of KPop Demon Hunters required extensive collaboration between voice actors, directors, and technical staff to achieve the film's high production values. The recording sessions needed to accommodate both individual character development and ensemble performance requirements. The film's musical elements added additional complexity to the recording process, requiring coordination between speaking voices and singing voices to create seamless character presentations. This technical challenge was met with careful planning and skilled execution. Sound design and voice integration. The integration of voice performances with the film's sound design and musical elements required careful attention to detail and technical expertise. The voice cast's performances needed to blend seamlessly with the film's overall audio landscape while maintaining their individual character distinctiveness. This integration process involved extensive post-production work to ensure that all vocal elements supported the film's narrative and emotional goals. The success of this integration reflects both the cast's professional skill and the technical team's expertise. International synchronization challenges. The film's international distribution required careful synchronization of voice performances across multiple language versions. This technical challenge was complicated by the need to maintain the film's musical integrity while accommodating different linguistic requirements. The success of the international versions demonstrates the technical team's ability to handle complex synchronization challenges while preserving the film's essential character and appeal. Critical reception and audience response. Industry recognition. The voice cast's performances in KPop Demon Hunters have received significant industry recognition, with particular praise for their ability to balance authenticity with accessibility. Critics have noted the cast's success in creating believable characters within the film's unique cultural and supernatural framework. This recognition extends beyond simple performance quality to include acknowledgement of the cast's role in advancing representation in animated films. The industry's positive response suggests that similar casting approaches may become more common in future productions. Audience engagement and cultural impact. Audience response to the film's casting choices has been overwhelmingly positive, with particular appreciation for the authentic cultural representation and high-quality performances. Viewers have praised the cast's ability to make the characters feel real and relatable despite the film's fantastical elements. The positive audience response has contributed to the film's commercial success and cultural impact, demonstrating that authentic representation can enhance rather than limit a project's appeal. This success has implications for future projects dealing with cultural themes. Long-term cultural significance. The casting of KPop Demon Hunters is likely to have long-term significance in terms of representation and cultural understanding. The film's success demonstrates that audiences are eager for authentic cultural content when it's presented with respect and understanding. This long-term impact extends beyond the entertainment industry to include broader cultural awareness and appreciation. The film's success contributes to growing recognition of the importance of authentic representation in popular media. Future implications and legacies. Setting new standards for cultural representation. The success of KPop Demon Hunters sets new standards for how cultural themes should be handled in animated films. The film's casting approach provides a template for future productions that seek to explore cultural traditions with authenticity and respect. These new standards emphasize the importance of involving cultural insiders in the creative process while maintaining broad appeal. The film's success demonstrates that cultural specificity can enhance rather than limit a project's commercial potential. Influence on industry practices. The film's casting success is likely to influence industry practices regarding cultural representation and authentic casting. Future projects may follow this model of combining established talent with culture and authenticity to achieve both commercial and artistic success. This influence extends beyond animated films to include other forms of entertainment that deal with cultural themes. The film's approach provides a successful example of how to balance cultural authenticity with commercial considerations. Educational and cultural value. The long-term value of KPop Demon Hunters extends beyond entertainment to include educational and cultural benefits. The film's authentic representation helps audiences understand and appreciate Korean culture while enjoying high-quality entertainment. This educational value contributes to broader cultural understanding and appreciation, helping to break down barriers between different cultural communities. The film's success demonstrates the positive impact that authentic representation can have on cultural relations. Conclusion. The voice cast of KPop Demon Hunters represents a masterful example of how thoughtful casting can enhance both the artistic and commercial success of an animated film. By prioritizing authenticity while maintaining broad appeal, the filmmakers created a unique entertainment experience that resonates with audiences across cultural boundaries. The film's success demonstrates that contemporary audiences are sophisticated enough to appreciate authentic cultural representation when it's handled with respect and understanding. The cast's performances prove that cultural specificity can enhance rather than limit a project's universal appeal. The impact of this casting approach extends beyond the film itself to influence future industry practices and cultural understanding. KPop Demon Hunters sets new standards for how cultural themes should be handled in popular entertainment, providing a template for future projects that seek to explore cultural traditions with authenticity and respect. As the entertainment industry continues to evolve toward greater cultural awareness and representation, the casting of KPop Demon Hunters will likely be remembered as a significant milestone in the development of authentic, culturally sensitive entertainment that serves both artistic and commercial goals while promoting greater understanding between different cultural communities. The film's voice cast successfully created a world where K-pop culture and supernatural action coexist naturally, demonstrating that thoughtful casting can overcome seemingly impossible cultural and genre challenges. The collective achievement represents not just successful voice acting, but the significant contribution to the ongoing evolution of cultural representation in popular entertainment. Through their performances, the cast of KPop Demon Hunters has shown that authentic cultural representation and commercial success are not mutually exclusive goals, but rather complementary aspects of modern entertainment that can work together to create meaningful, memorable experiences for audiences worldwide. Their success provides both inspiration and practical guidance for future projects seeking to navigate the complex but rewarding landscape of culturally authentic entertainment. KPop Demon Hunters, a comprehensive production, analysis, introduction in the rapidly evolving landscape of animated entertainment. Few films have captured the zeitgeist quite like KPop Demon Hunters. This groundbreaking 2025 animated musical fantasy comedy represents a bold fusion of Korean pop culture, supernatural action, and cutting-edge animation technology. Produced by Sony Pictures Animation and distributed by Netflix, the film has emerged as a cultural phenomenon that transcends traditional boundaries between East and West, animation and live action, and mainstream entertainment and niche fandoms. The film tells the story of three K-pop superstars Surumi, Maya, and Oya who secretly moonlight as demon hunters, protecting their fans from supernatural threats while maintaining their public personas as global music sensations. This unique premise, combined with spectacular animation, an electrifying soundtrack, and a diverse voice cast, has positioned KPop Demon Hunters as one of the most significant animated releases of the decade. Production, development, and pre-production. The genesis of KPop Demon Hunters can be traced back to the creative vision of director Maggie Kang, who conceived the original story that would eventually become this ambitious animated feature. The project represents a significant milestone in Hollywood's ongoing embrace of Korean culture and the global K-pop phenomenon, reflecting the industry's recognition of the massive international appeal of Korean entertainment. The development process began several years before the film's 2025 release, with Kang working alongside co-director Chris Appelhens to refine the concept and develop the narrative framework. The story development process involved extensive collaboration with screenwriters Hannah and Daniel Jimenez, who helped craft the screenplay that would balance the film's multiple genres while maintaining coherent character development and narrative flow. One of the most challenging aspects of the pre-production phase was creating a story that would authentically represent K-pop culture while remaining accessible to global audiences. The creative team conducted extensive research into the K-pop industry, studying everything from performance styles and choreography to fan culture and industry practices. This research was crucial in ensuring that the film's portrayal of the K-pop world would resonate with both dedicated fans and newcomers to the genre. The character development process was particularly intensive, with the creators working to establish three distinct protagonists who would each represent different aspects of K-pop stardom while possessing unique supernatural abilities. Surumi, Maya, and Zoe were designed to embody different personality types and performance styles, ensuring that audiences would find multiple entry points into the story. The pre-production phase also involved extensive world building, as the creative team needed to establish the rules and mythology of their supernatural universe. This included developing the lore surrounding the demon threats, the origins of the protagonist's powers, and the secret society of demon hunters that operates parallel to the entertainment industry. Sony Pictures Animation's involvement brought significant resources and expertise to the project, providing the necessary infrastructure for what would become one of the studio's most ambitious animated features. The studio's commitment to the project was evident in their willingness to invest in cutting-edge animation technology and attract top-tier talent, both in front of and behind the camera. The casting process was particularly crucial, as the film required voice actors who could not only deliver compelling dramatic performances but also handle the music numbers that would be central to the film's appeal. The search for the right voices led the production team to assemble a diverse cast that included both established actors and emerging talents from the Korean entertainment industry. Filming as an animated feature, KPop Demon Hunters did not involve traditional live-action filming. Instead, the production process centered around the creation of digital environments and characters through sophisticated animation techniques. The animation work was handled by Sony Pictures Imageworks, the renowned visual effects and animation studio known for their work on films like Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse, and Hotel Transylvania. The animation process began with extensive pre-visualization work, where the creative team developed detailed storyboards and animatics that would serve as the blueprint for the final animation. This phase was crucial in establishing the film's visual language and ensuring that the complex action sequences and musical numbers would translate effectively to the screen. The visual style of KPop Demon Hunters was deliberately influenced by multiple sources, including concert lighting, editorial photography, music videos, anime, and Korean visual culture. This eclectic mix of influences required the animation team to develop new techniques and approaches that could seamlessly blend these different prosthetic traditions into a cohesive whole. One of the most challenging aspects of the animation process was creating the film's numerous musical sequences. These scenes required careful coordination between the animation team, choreographers, and music producers to ensure that the visual elements would perfectly complement the musical performances. The team developed specialized techniques for animating dance sequences that would capture the energy and precision of K-pop choreography while maintaining the fluidity and expressiveness that animation allows. The concert sequences presented particular challenges, as they needed to convey the scale and spectacle of major K-pop performances while serving the film's narrative requirements. The animation team studied countless hours of real K-pop concerts, music videos, and behind-the-scenes footage to understand the visual vocabulary of the genre and incorporate authentic elements into their digital recreations. The supernatural action sequences required a different approach entirely, as the team needed to create dynamic fight scenes that would showcase the protagonist's demon hunting abilities while maintaining the film's overall aesthetic coherence. These sequences involved extensive use of particle effects, lighting techniques, and dynamic camera movements that would have been impossible to achieve with traditional filming methods. The character animation process was particularly intensive, as the team needed to create three distinct protagonists who would be believable both as K-pop performers and as supernatural warriors. This required developing unique animation rigs and techniques that could handle both the precise movements required for dance sequences and the dynamic action needed for combat scenes. The backgrounds and environments were created using a combination of traditional animation techniques and cutting-edge digital tools. The team created detailed digital recreations of various Korean locations, including concert venues, urban environments, and supernatural realms that would serve as the setting for the film's climactic battles. Post-production. The post-production phase of KPop Demon Hunters was a complex and intensive process that involved multiple teams working simultaneously on different aspects of the film. The process began while animation was still in progress, with different sequences being completed and refined at various stages of the production schedule. Sound design played a crucial role in the post-production process, as the team needed to create an audio landscape that would support both the film's music numbers and its action sequences. The sound team worked closely with the music producers to ensure that the dialogue, sound effects, and musical elements would blend seamlessly together. The film's score was composed by Marcello Arbos, who brought his extensive experience in both film scoring and contemporary music to the project. Zarbos' score needed to complement the film's numerous original songs while providing emotional support for the dramatic sequences and building tension during the action scenes. The color grading process was particularly important for KPop Demon Hunters, as the film's visual style relied heavily on vibrant colors and dramatic lighting effects. The post-production team worked to ensure that the film's color palette would be consistent across all sequences while maintaining the distinct visual identities of different locations and story elements. The editing process involved not only traditional narrative editing but also the precise timing of musical sequences and action scenes. The editors worked closely with the directors to ensure that the film's pacing would support both its entertainment value and its emotional impact, particularly in the transitions between the protagonists' dual identities as performers and demon hunters. Visual effects were continued throughout the post-production process, with teams adding finishing touches to the supernatural elements, enhancing the concert sequences, and ensuring that all technical aspects of the animation met the high standards expected of a major animated release. The final mixing process involved balancing the film's numerous audio elements, ensuring that dialogue remained clear during action sequences, that musical numbers maintained their impact, and that sound effects supported the supernatural elements without overwhelming the other audio components. Music original score and soundtrack development. The musical component of KPop Demon Hunters represents one of the most ambitious and successful aspects of the entire production. The film's music was designed to serve multiple functions, advancing the narrative, developing character relationships, showcasing authentic K-pop performance styles, and creating memorable moments that would resonate with audiences long after the credits rolled. The score composition process was led by Marcello Zarbos, whose task was to create a musical foundation that would support the film's diverse tonal requirements. Zarbos' score needed to seamlessly transition between intimate character moments, spectacular concert sequences, supernatural action scenes, and comedic interludes. His approach involved creating distinct musical themes for each of the main characters while developing overarching motifs that would unify the film's various musical elements. The soundtrack development process involved collaboration with some of the most prominent names in K-pop production. Music producers, including Teddy Park, known for his work with Blackpink and 2NE1, brought authentic K-pop sensibilities to the project. Additional producers including 24, Ido, Dominsu, Jenna Andrews, Stephen Kirk, Lindgren, and Dia Nissengrad contributed their expertise to create a diverse musical landscape that would appeal to both K-pop enthusiasts and general audiences. Dia Nissengrad served as the executive music producer, overseeing the integration of all musical elements and ensuring that the soundtrack would function both within the film's narrative context and as a standalone musical experience. His role was crucial in coordinating the various musical contributors and maintaining the overall artistic vision for the film's sound. Original songs and performance integration. The film features numerous original songs performed by a diverse array of artists, each contributing to different aspects of the story and character development. The casting of musical performers was as crucial as the selection of voice actors, as these songs needed to authentically represent K-pop while serving the film's narrative requirements. Ija.ae, Audrey Nuna, Ray A.M.I., Andrew Choi, Danny Chung, Kevin Wu, Sana Lee, and Nak Webb each contributed original performances that reflected their individual artistic styles while fitting within the film's overall musical framework. The inclusion of Broadway legend Lisa Long brought additional gravitas and vocal expertise to the project, connecting the film's musical ambitions to the broader tradition of musical theater. One of the most significant musical contributions came from members of the internationally acclaimed K-pop group TWICE. Jao Nae and Jihim and J.E. recorded an original song that appears in the film's credit sequence and became the centerpiece of a major social media campaign. According to the performers, this marked the first time that just 3 members of TWICE had recorded a song together, making it a significant moment both for the group and for the film. The TWICE collaboration exemplifies the film's approach to musical integration, as the song was designed to work within the narrative context while also functioning as a standalone piece that could drive social media engagement and extend the film's cultural impact beyond the theatrical experience. Musical style and genre integration. The musical style of KPop Demon Hunters represents a sophisticated fusion of traditional K-pop elements with contemporary pop, electronic music, and orchestral arrangements. The creative team was careful to maintain the authentic sound characteristics that define K-pop while adapting the music to serve the film's supernatural and action-oriented narrative elements. The concert sequences feature music that closely adheres to contemporary K-pop conventions, including precise vocal arrangements, dynamic choreography integration, and the polished production values that characterize the genre. These sequences were designed to feel authentic to viewers familiar with K-pop while being accessible to audiences discovering the genre for the first time. The supernatural action sequences required a different musical approach, incorporating electronic elements, dramatic orchestration, and sound design that would support the film's fantasy elements while maintaining connection to the overall musical identity. The composers developed techniques for seamlessly transitioning between performance-based music and action-oriented scoring, ensuring that the musical elements would never feel disconnected from the visual storytelling. The film's approach to musical integration extends beyond simple song placement, incorporating musical themes and motifs into the character development and story progression. Each of the 3 protagonists has distinct musical characteristics that reflect their personalities and supernatural abilities, creating a complex musical landscape that supports the film's emotional and narrative development. Release theatrical release strategy. The release strategy for KPop Demon Hunters reflected the evolving landscape of entertainment distribution in the mid-2020s, with Netflix serving as the primary distribution platform rather than traditional theatrical release. This approach allowed the film to reach global audiences simultaneously while taking advantage of Netflix's extensive international infrastructure and marketing capabilities. The decision to release the film directly on Netflix rather than pursuing a traditional theatrical release was strategic, recognizing that the film's target audience was likely to be highly engaged with streaming platforms and social media. This approach also allowed for immediate global accessibility, which was crucial given the international nature of K-pop fandom and the film's cross-cultural appeal. The film was released on Netflix on June 20th, 2025, with simultaneous availability across all Netflix-supported regions. This global release strategy was crucial to the film's success, as it allowed international audiences to experience the film at the same time, facilitating the social media conversations and viral marketing that would become central to the film's cultural impact. The release timing was carefully chosen to maximize the film's potential for summer viewing, taking advantage of increased streaming consumption during the vacation season while positioning the film to benefit from social media sharing and word-of-mouth marketing during a period of high online engagement. Marketing and promotional campaign. The marketing campaign for KPop Demon Hunters was designed to leverage the existing enthusiasm of K-pop fandoms while expanding the film's appeal to broader audiences. The campaign utilized multiple platforms and strategies, including traditional media promotion, social media engagement, and partnerships with K-pop artists and influencers. One of the most successful elements of the promotional campaign was the integration of TikTok challenges and social media content that extended the film's musical elements into viral marketing opportunities. The song performed by Twice members became the centerpiece of a major TikTok dance challenge, generating millions of user-generated content pieces that significantly expanded the film's cultural footprint. The promotional campaign also included extensive coverage in entertainment media, with cast and crew interviews, behind-the-scenes content, and musical performances that helped build anticipation for the film's release. The campaign was particularly successful in Korean media markets, where the film's authentic representation of K-pop culture generated significant positive coverage. Netflix's promotional infrastructure played a crucial role in the campaign's success, with the platform's algorithm-driven recommendation system and targeted marketing capabilities helping to identify and reach potential audiences who might be interested in the film based on their viewing history and preferences. International distribution. The international distribution of KPop Demon Hunters represented one of the most successful global animated releases of 2025. The film's availability across Netflix's international platform meant that audiences in 93 countries could access the film simultaneously, creating a truly global cultural moment. The film's performance in international markets was particularly notable, reaching Netflix's top 10 in all 93 tracked countries and achieving the number 1 position in 33 countries, including South Korea, Brazil, France, Mexico, and the Philippines. This international success demonstrated the universal appeal of the film's combination of music, action, and animation. The success in diverse international markets reflected both the global reach of K-pop culture and the film's ability to transcend cultural boundaries through its universal themes of friendship, identity, and heroism. The film's positive reception in both Asian and Western markets indicated that the creative team had successfully balanced cultural authenticity with broad accessibility. The international distribution strategy also included localized marketing efforts in key markets, with translated promotional materials, region-specific social media campaigns, and partnerships with local influencers and media outlets that help build awareness and engagement in different cultural contexts. Home media digital release and streaming performance as a Netflix original film. KPop Demon Hunters was designed from the outset for digital distribution rather than traditional home media release. The film's streaming performance exceeded expectations, generating over 9.2 million views in its first few weeks of availability and accumulating nearly 94 million hours of viewing time across global audiences. The film's streaming success was measured not only in total viewing hours but also in engagement metrics, including completion rates, repeat viewings, and social media sharing. These metrics indicated that audiences were not only discovering the film but also engaging with it deeply, sharing it with friends and family, and returning to watch it multiple times. The film's performance on Netflix's platform was particularly impressive given the competitive landscape of streaming content. The film managed to secure the number 2 position on Netflix's global movie charts, beaten only by strong which had been available for a longer period and had accumulated viewing time over multiple weeks. The streaming success of Pop Demon Hunters demonstrated the potential for animated films to achieve significant cultural impact through digital distribution, reaching audiences that might not have had access to traditional theatrical releases while generating engagement levels that matched or exceeded traditional box office successes. Soundtrack and digital music release. The soundtrack of Pop Demon Hunters achieved remarkable success as a standalone musical product, reaching number 3 on the Billboard 200 albums chart in its second week of availability. This achievement was particularly notable for an animated film soundtrack, demonstrating the quality and commercial appeal of the film's musical content. The soundtrack's success extended beyond traditional album charts, with individual songs achieving significant streaming numbers on platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and other digital music services. The most successful track, Woke, generated over 4 million streams on Spotify alone, indicating the individual quality of the film's musical compositions. The digital music release strategy included both the complete soundtrack album and individual song releases, allowing listeners to engage with the music in multiple ways. This approach recognized that modern music consumption patterns often involve both album listening and individual track streaming, maximizing the reach and impact of the film's musical content. The success of the soundtrack as a standalone product also contributed to the film's overall cultural impact, as songs from the movie began appearing in user-generated content, social media posts, and other contexts that extended the film's influence beyond the original viewing experience. Merchandise and extended media. While specific details about physical merchandise are limited due to the film's digital-first release strategy, the success of Pop Demon Hunters generated significant interest in extended media opportunities. The film's distinctive visual style, memorable characters, and musical content created natural opportunities for merchandise development, including clothing, accessories, and collectibles that would appeal to both K-pop fans and animation enthusiasts. The film's success also generated discussion about potential expanded media opportunities, including potential sequel development, spin-off content, and other extensions of the Pop Demon Hunters universe. Director Maggie Kang has indicated in interviews that she has considered both animated sequel possibilities and potential live-action adaptations, suggesting that the film's success may lead to additional content in the future. The social media success of the film, particularly the TikTok dance challenges and viral content creation, represented a form of user-generated merchandise that extended the film's cultural impact without requiring traditional product development or distribution. Reception. Box office performance. As a Netflix original film, Pop Demon Hunters did not have a traditional theatrical box office performance. However, the film's streaming success can be evaluated using metrics that are comparable to box office performance, including total viewing hours, audience reach, and cultural impact. The film's streaming performance exceeded many traditional box office successes when measured by total audience engagement, with nearly 94 million hours of viewing time across global audiences. The film reached a level of engagement that would be equivalent to significant theatrical success if translated to traditional box office metrics. The film's ability to reach the number 1 position in 33 countries and maintain top 10 status across all 93 Netflix-supported territories demonstrated a level of global reach that would be difficult to achieve through traditional theatrical distribution, particularly for an animated film with a specialized cultural focus. The streaming success of Pop Demon Hunters also demonstrated the potential for animated films to achieve significant commercial success through digital distribution, reaching audiences that might not have had access to theatrical releases while generating engagement levels that matched or exceeded traditional box office performance. Critical response. The critical reception of Pop Demon Hunters was overwhelmingly positive, with the film receiving widespread praise for its animation quality, musical integration, cultural authenticity, and innovative approach to genre blending. Professional critics recognized the film as a significant achievement in animated entertainment, praising its technical excellence and cultural significance. The film achieved an impressive 96% critics score on Rotten Tomatoes, indicating near universal critical acclaim. This high score reflected critics' appreciation for the film's sophisticated animation, compelling storytelling, and successful integration of K-pop culture into a mainstream animated format. Critics particularly praised the film's ability to balance cultural authenticity with broad accessibility, creating a work that respected its source material while remaining entertaining to diverse audiences. Many critics noted the film's innovative approach to animation, particularly the techniques used to recreate K-pop performance styles and integrate musical numbers into the narrative flow. The film's visual style was consistently praised for its vibrant colors, dynamic movement, and creative use of lighting effects that captured the energy and spectacle of K-pop concerts. The film's soundtrack received particular critical attention, with many reviewers noting the high quality of the original songs and the successful integration of musical elements into the story's structure. Critics praised the authenticity of the K-pop performances and the way the music served both entertainment and narrative functions. Critics also noted the film's successful handling of its supernatural elements, praising the creative team's ability to blend fantasy action with musical performance in a way that felt natural and engaging. The character development and voice acting received consistent praise, with critics noting the strong performances from both the established and emerging talent in the cast. The film's cultural significance was recognized by critics who noted its importance as a bridge between Korean and Western entertainment cultures. Many reviews highlighted the film's role in bringing K-pop culture to broader audiences while maintaining respect for the authenticity and complexity of the genre. The audience response to KPop Demon Hunters was exceptionally positive, with the film achieving an 85% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes and generating significant positive engagement across social media platforms. Audience reactions consistently praised the film's entertainment value, emotional impact, and cultural representation. K-pop fans responded particularly enthusiastically to the film, praising its authentic representation of K-pop culture and its respectful treatment of the genre's aesthetic and performance traditions. Many fans noted that the film captured the energy and excitement of K-pop concerts while creating compelling characters and storylines that extended beyond simple cultural representation. General audiences who were less familiar with K-pop culture also responded positively, with many noting that the film served as an accessible introduction to the genre while providing compelling entertainment independent of cultural context. This broad appeal was crucial to the film's success, as it demonstrated the potential for culturally specific content to achieve mainstream success. The film's musical elements generated particularly strong audience reactions, with many viewers praising the quality of the original songs and the effective integration of musical numbers into the story. The soundtrack's commercial success reflected this positive audience response, with many viewers actively seeking out the music after watching the film. Social media responses were overwhelmingly positive, with audiences creating extensive user-generated content, including dance videos, fan art, and discussion threads that extended the film's cultural impact beyond the original viewing experience. The TikTok dance challenges and viral content creation demonstrated the film's ability to generate ongoing audience engagement. Audience responses also indicated strong emotional connections to the characters and story, with many viewers expressing interest in potential sequels or expanded content. The film's success in creating memorable characters and compelling relationships was reflected in the extensive fan community that developed around the film. The international audience response was particularly notable, with positive reactions from viewers in diverse cultural contexts indicating the film's success in transcending cultural boundaries while maintaining its Korean culture and authenticity. This global appeal was crucial to the film's overall success and cultural significance. Awards and recognition. While the film industry awards cycle extends beyond the immediate post-release period, KPop Demon Hunters has generated significant discussion about its potential for major awards recognition. Industry observers have noted the film's technical excellence, cultural significance, and commercial success as factors that could lead to nominations for major animated film awards. The film's innovative animation techniques, particularly its approach to musical sequence, integration, and cultural representation, have been recognized as significant achievements in the field of animated filmmaking. Animation industry professionals have praised the technical innovation and artistic vision demonstrated in the film's production. The soundtrack's commercial success and critical acclaim have generated discussion about potential music awards recognition, with several original songs from the film being considered for individual recognition in addition to the overall soundtrack achievement. The film's cultural impact and positive representation of Korean culture have been recognized by cultural organizations and media outlets, with many noting the film's role in promoting cross-cultural understanding and appreciation. Industry recognition has also come from the streaming and digital entertainment sectors, with Netflix and other industry observers noting the film's success as a model for future animated releases and international content distribution. Cultural impact and legacy influence on animation industry. The success of KPop Demon Hunters has had significant implications for the animation industry, particularly in terms of demonstrating the commercial viability of culturally specific content that maintains authentic representation while achieving broad appeal. The film's success has encouraged other studios to consider similar projects that blend cultural authenticity with mainstream entertainment values. The film's innovative animation techniques, particularly its approach to musical sequence, integration, and performance recreation, have influenced other animated projects currently in development. The visual style and technical approaches pioneered in KPop Demon Hunters are being studied and adapted by other animation studios seeking to create similarly dynamic and engaging content. The film's success as a streaming-first release has also influenced industry distribution strategies, demonstrating the potential for animated films to achieve significant cultural and commercial success through digital platforms rather than traditional theatrical distribution. Impact on K-pop and Korean culture representation. KPop Demon Hunters has been recognized as a significant milestone in the representation of Korean culture in mainstream Western entertainment. The film's respectful and authentic portrayal of K-pop culture has been praised by Korean audiences and cultural observers as a positive example of cross-cultural collaboration and representation. The film's success has also contributed to the continued global expansion of K-pop culture, introducing the genre to new audiences while providing existing fans with high-quality content that celebrates their interests and cultural connections. The positive reception of the film has encouraged other entertainment companies to consider similar projects that feature Korean culture and K-pop elements, potentially leading to increased representation and cultural exchange in future entertainment content. Future prospects and sequel potential. The success of KPop Demon Hunters has generated significant interest in potential sequel development and franchise expansion. Director Maggie Kang has indicated in interviews that she has considered both animated sequel possibilities and potential live-action adaptations, suggesting that the film's success may lead to additional content in the future. The film's strong character development and world building have created natural opportunities for expanded storytelling, with audiences expressing interest in learning more about the protagonists' backgrounds, the supernatural mythology, and the broader universe of Demon Hunters and K-pop culture. The commercial success of the soundtrack and the positive audience response to the musical elements suggest that future projects in the KPop Demon Hunters universe could continue to emphasize musical content while expanding the narrative and character development. Conclusion. KPop Demon Hunters represents a significant achievement in animated entertainment, successfully blending cultural authenticity with broad commercial appeal to create a work that has resonated with audiences worldwide. The film's success demonstrates the potential for culturally specific content to achieve mainstream success while maintaining respect for its source material and cultural context. The film's innovative animation techniques, exceptional musical integration, and compelling storytelling have established it as a landmark achievement in the field of animated filmmaking. Its success has implications for the entire entertainment industry, demonstrating new possibilities for cross-cultural collaboration and representation in mainstream media. The overwhelmingly positive critical and audience reception, combined with significant commercial success and cultural impact, positions KPop Demon Hunters as one of the most important animated releases of 2025. The film's influence on animation techniques, cultural representation, and distribution strategies will likely continue to influence the industry for years to come. As the entertainment industry continues to evolve in response to changing audience preferences and technological capabilities, Pop Demon Hunters serves as a model for how innovative storytelling, cultural authenticity, and technical excellence can combine to create content that transcends traditional boundaries and creates lasting cultural impact. The film's success story, from its initial development to its global release and ongoing cultural influence, demonstrates the power of creative vision, technical innovation, and cultural respect to create entertainment that both celebrates specific cultural traditions and speaks to universal human experiences in an increasingly connected world. Pop Demon Hunters represents the potential for entertainment to serve as a bridge between cultures while maintaining the authenticity and respect that make such connections meaningful and lasting. Reviews and facts. Number 1. In K-pop, the fans come first. Or so catchy South Korean music acts are constantly telling the legions of dedicated followers who have propelled them to international stardom. If it weren't for the fans, boy band BTS couldn't possibly have filled SoFi Stadium 4 times over, and Blackpink would never have been invited to headline Coachella nor would there be any reason to greenlight a movie like K-pop Demon Hunters. The title says it all in the high energy, high-concept supernatural action comedy from Sony Pictures Animation, the versatile toon studio responsible for Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse and The Mitchells vs. the Machines. 3 talented supernatural protectors use their popularity as girl band superstars to defend the mortal world from Demon King Wema, Bayan Han Lee, known the world as Huntress, rebellious wall-wielding Myra, Mei Hong, or band-based rappers Ho, Ji Youngyu, and purple-braided Dorfin Rumi, Arden Cho, are what you might call a triple threat. They sing, they dance, they slay demons, when they're not slicing the evil spirits in half with their phosphorescent pink weapons. The band leverages the love fans show them to build a barrier, known as the Golden Hannoon, that will block the demons once and for all. But Jinyu and Hyo Song, one of Wima's most tortured acolytes, has an inspired idea. Together with 4 ridiculously handsome fellow demons, he will start a rival group, the Saja Boys, to try to lure Huntress's fans to the dark side. What neither Jinyu nor Rumi see coming is just how irresistible the 2 pop stars will find each other. The resulting human-demon rom-com plot might be predictable, but not the twist that K-pop Demon Hunters, which hits Netflix the same day Pixar's Elio opens in theaters, turns out to be the more entertaining of the 2 animated offerings. That's because co-directors Chris Appleton's Wish Dragon and Maggie Kang, whose work in the story departments at DreamWorks, Blue Sky and Illumination, use their unapologetically silly premise to unleash a far more playful approach to computer animation than any of the aforementioned studios have tried. The creative team takes its cues from webtoons and manhwa, Korean graphic novels, emphasizing dynamic silhouettes over smooth in between movement. Not clear what that means. Watch how the characters hit and hold lively key poses as the camera glides and zooms around them. What started as a cost-saving measure on animated series such as Speed Racer and the Powerpuff Girls back in the day now gives K-pop Demon Hunters a distinctly Asian flavor, further embellished with cute comical touches. For example, when Huntress first glimpsed the Saja Boys, the gals stop in their tracks as their pupils swell into puffy red hearts, reacting to how ripped the guys look. Zoe's eyes change shape several more times. From six-pack ABS to a pair of buttery corn pops, the love-struck young lady's reaction provides an unforgettable alternative to the Randy Wolf and Tex Avery's Red Hot Riding Hood cartoon, as twin streams of popcorn ear up like happy tears from her flushed red face, instead of being gross. The violence proves every bit as visually appealing. The trio's weapons are so sharp, they slice clean through the demons, easily identified by jagged purple markings on their zombie-like skin, or else cause them to explode into a burst of confetti. Later, they swarm through a rift in the Hannoon, galloping on all fours like so many golems as they suck the souls from the nearby humans, implied more than seen, so as to preserve the film's PG rating. Fast and efficient, the movie blazes through an exposition-heavy first act in less than 15 minutes, which is right about the time we learn Rumi's secret. She's the daughter of a pop singer mom and demon dad who's marked by the same purple imprints as the spirit she's sworn to eliminate. The only person who knows Rumi's hybrid status is Huntrix's trusted trainer Celine, Yeonjin Kim, who believes that Rumi can keep her demon genes in check, but the group's mentor never foresaw her pot copyright falling for a bad boy like Jinyu, who's got a couple secrets up his sleeve as well. A subplot involving problems with Rumi's voice doesn't quite work, although it slows down the storytelling long enough for some fun character moments. Like an action-packed trip to the spa and a short-lived staycation, complete with bubble tea and bingsu. You can't have a CG cartoon these days without adorable animal sidekicks, which come in the form of a grinning tiger demon and a blackbird in a honey cat, both designed to look like they've stepped straight out of Korean folklore. The K-pop angle sets an obvious challenge for the filmmakers in that this tune needs some original tunes to make it sing, plus catchy choreography to distinguish it from vintage shows like Josie and the Pussycats and Gem and the Holograms, compiled by a range of A-list music producers. The macaronic soundtrack, which mixes English and Korean lyrics, includes 3 hits for Huntrix, performed by J.E., Audrey Nuna and Ray and Mie How It's Done, Golden and Takedown, the latter covered by Twice over the end credits. Better Still is free, a standout duet between J.E. and Arden Cho, Rumi's and Jinyu's singing voices, respectively. Because the nimble, genre-hopping movie is set in the world of K-pop, it may not even occur to fans that they're watching a musical, although it's kind of hard to deny as you catch yourself singing along. Number 2, Pop Demon Hunters has become a surprise pop culture phenomenon for several reasons. The Netflix animated musical tells a compelling story of female friendship centered within the exciting and increasingly omnipresent world of K-pop, weaving in various fantasy elements, and it's all available to watch over and over on a global streaming behemoth. Yet the key element of that success is the film's music, full of anthems that help move the film's story forward, while also standing on their own as replay-worthy K-pop hits. The songs of Pop Demon Hunters have been able to transcend the film and become crossover hits. The soundtrack currently boasts a whopping 7 songs on the Billboard Hot 100, due in part to its pedigree and sonic diversity. A team of songwriting and production experts molded the soundtrack into a well-balanced collection of K-pop hallmarks, from the heartfelt ballad to the high-octane group single to the chest-thumping rap track. Meanwhile, the 2 fictional groups at the heart of Pop Demon Hunters, the virtuous girl group Hunter X and their villainous boy band counterparts Soja Boys, provide each track with personality and narrative stakes. Throw in a few extra tracks to round out the project, including a pair of songs from real-life K-pop superstars Twice, and there's no wonder why the Pop Demon Hunters music has resonated across platforms and demographics. While the entire soundtrack is soaring commercially and worth perusing, some of the songs from the film have become clear standouts since its release. Here is Billboard's ranking of all 12 songs on the Pop Demon Hunters soundtrack. While the Pop Demon Hunters soundtrack contains 3 previously released songs, the true outlier is Path, an airy, lightly swaying bit of early 70s psych pop from the Asian band Jokers. Path is a lovely deviation from the full-throttle K-pop on the rest of this soundtrack, although the song serves as more of a change-up in aesthetic than a highlight of the project. The instrumental closer to Pop Demon Hunters soundtrack is slightly real KPDH heads only, but it's still a sweeping and transportive 3 minutes of orchestral strings, pounding drums and bring me to life dance piano. It's an invigorating and cinematic enough listen that it might just inspire you to play back the whole set over again, as opposed to the Twice version of Takedown. The Hunter X rendition that appears in the film carries a greater narrative weight. A line like, "When your pattern starts to show, it makes the hatred want to grow out of my veins," for instance, hits harder because the character of Rumi is the one singing it while trying to hide her own patterns. Both versions of Takedown sizzle with rap drum urgency, though creating a rap-inflected diss track for a family-friendly animated film must have been a difficult tightrope to walk. But Takedown works in multiple contexts. Still the song, as of publishing though perhaps not for that much longer, on the Demon Hunters soundtrack with the most Spotify plays is South Korean duo's Mellomance's Sweet City Pop and Dead in Love, may be previously familiar for its usage in the hit 2022 rom-com series Business Proposal. In Demon Hunters, its smooth, electric, piano, and syrupy vocals make perfect sense as the sentimental soundtrack to Rumi locking eyes with Jinyu for the first time and then taking a comedic slow-motion spill as he lightly bumps into her while passing by. As the unofficial ambassadors from the IRL K-pop world to the Demon Hunters verse, it was only right that one of superstar girl group Twice's better original numbers be included on the soundtrack. Strategy doesn't play a particularly integral role in the movie or its plot, but its broken-down romantic plotting over its Neptune's reminiscent bang and shuffle beat fits right in the OST irresistible enough that you don't even particularly miss the excites Mega D Stallion verse. To introduce Soulja Boys as the out-of-nowhere competition to Hunter X, the film needed a song unapologetically catchy enough to sound like an instant smash, and scored with soda pop, complete with a fast-paced beat, smooth like butter vocals, and even a TikTok-ready sound effect. The song is as immediately refreshing as it can be, quick, open, and fitting, while also making Soulja Boy's dreamy appeal immediately clear, yet compared to the best Hunter X songs, which are rooted in real emotion, soda pop can't help but lose a bit of its flavor. Kicking off the soundtrack with its version of Hunter/X's This Take aimed at Soulja Boys, Twice provides an authentic pop star sheen to takedown that turns the aggressive lyricism slightly more elegant, and ultimately more satisfying than the film version. In particular, J.E. absolutely shines on the second verse. It's a takedown, not take you out. You break down like, hey what? She raps, snarling through every syllable. Although their original track Strategy also appears on the soundtrack, Takedown is a more effective gateway to Twice's overall appeal for unfamiliar listeners, in the tradition of recent Disney ballads like Let It Go and How Far I'll Go. What it sounds like functions as a turning point to the main character's moment of realization, a swelling in stature after a sparse beginning, and reaching a climax that redefines its greater context. The key difference is that after Rumi starts the song by shedding her insecurities, her Hunter X group mates join her, their voices coming together to proclaim, the song we could have right. This is what it sounds like. The result is a powerful riff on a well-used template. As the trio's collective and individual journeys reaches a culmination with a galloping pace and lump intro emotion. Opening a movie about a global K-pop girl group, the hit that recalls Blackpink's world-conquering aesthetic was brilliant. The hard-hitting production on how it's done perfectly supports its various movements, from rap to three-part harmony to even a touch of spoken word. The latter part underscores how, despite being pop stars and Demon Hunters, Hunter X are also just girls in broken bar for the most part, heels, nails, blade, mascara/fit check for my napalm era. How it's done is not only the perfect introduction to the individual strengths of the three members of Hunter X, Rumi's soaring vocals, Maya's choreography and cool factor, and Zoe's raps and lyrics but instantly amps up viewers for all that's to come. In the story of KPop Demon Hunters, your idol has been designated as the villain song. The mask is fully off Soulja Boys by the time they perform it at a stadium show that's literally soul-sucking, and the 5 members of the Demon Boy band spend the track convincing their listeners that being evil is a hell of a ride. That gleefulness is part of why your idol has become a surprise smash off the soundtrack. But the song also carries an intoxicating edge to it. This quintet is a collection of bad boys, after all, and Soulja Boys have devilish fun offering their audience a sense of danger. The only traditional musical number in KPop Demon Hunters, Rumi and Jinyu don't sing free on stage or as part of their respective pop groups' catalogs, but just as emotional spillover moments where what they're feeling about themselves and for each other is too intense not to express in song. Luckily, Free justifies the outpouring. J.E. and Arden Cho's voices intertwine beautifully on an overpowering chorus that packs all the release you could ask for from a song about letting go. And the result feels halfway between the Chainsmokers and Halsey's Closer and Aladdin's A Whole New World. The song that's positioned as a pop smash in the film has rightly become the same thing in the real world. Logan. which acts as a through line for the film's underlying message of embracing all parts of yourself, is rich with lyrical meaning, about battling the literal demons in the movie and the less tangible ones in life. The genius of Logan, however, is spreading that substantial message through one saleable pop style, with gargantuan melodies that are delivered through arena-worthy vocal performances. The takeaway of the film is tightly packaged within a 3-minute pop song, and after being teased throughout KPop Demon Hunters, the full song is finally delivered. It was well worth the wait. Number 3. Just when I thought Sinners was the only supernatural genre musical with cultural significance this year, since Spider-Verse, I've been excited about every new Sony Pictures animation project, whether they are telling ambitious stories or inventing experimental animation techniques. They are the animation studio that constantly raises the bar for their rivals. These days, the hyper-stylized 2D/3D art style they pioneered is now so common that DreamWorks and Disney Animation have also embraced it, with mixed results. But when it comes from Sony Animation, you know it's going to be good. When the studio announced KPop Demon Hunters from Maggie Kang and Chris Appelhans as one of their more mature projects, it instantly shot to the top of my most anticipated watch list, although it did not develop into the mature action film it was initially marketed as. The final result is a fierce family film that serves as a huge throwback to action and magical girl cartoons like Totally Spies, Juniper Lee, Winx Club, and the Powerpuff Girls A-Bot, like Make It Korea. Just when I thought Sinners was the only supernatural genre musical with cultural significance this year. Throughout history, a trio of female demon hunters has doubled as musicians, tasked with protecting humanity from malevolent spirits. Now, that legacy is carried on by the K-pop group Hunter X, led by the confident vocalist Arden Cho, alongside the fierce lyricist Myra Mayhong, and the bubbly rappers Ho Jiyoung. Thanks to their efforts, the Hammu now the magical seal dividing the human and demon realms is closer than ever to completion. But their growing success enrages the flame-breathed nemesis, Wema, by Eunhan Lee, leader of the demon world, to bring down Huntress. One of Wema's top demons, Jinyu, and Hyle Song, decides to fight fire with fire and create a demon boy band called the Soja Boys, clad in human flesh. The Soja Boys debuted and quickly gained popularity in Korea, even stealing the attention of Huntress's fanbase. Now, Huntress must take them on in a battle of K-pop idols. But when Jinwoo and Zoe begin to form an unexpected bond, tensions rise. Especially as Jinwoo uncovers a secret that threatens to jeopardize Huntress's mission. Rumi has been concealing her half-demon heritage from Myra and Zoe. From the outset, KPop captivates with its vibrant world-building and fast-paced, kinetic energy, laying the foundation for a multi-generational Korean demon hunting tradition and introducing the Huntress trio through the eyes of their devoted fans. The trio is basically the Powerpuff Girls. Rumi is Blossom, Myra is Buttercup, and Zoe is Bubbles. Even Zoe's rap game harkens back to Bubbles going "I'm hardcore." The filmmakers were prepped for that parallel, and even show some of Huntress's fans in PPG-style merch, much like new jeans. Oh, yeah, I know some K-pop stuff, with those well-known archetypes in mind. Screenwriters Daniel Jimenez Hanning and Kang Appelhans do a fine job of rendering the Huntress team's familial friendship. Actresses Ji Young-yu, Mei Hong, and Arden Cho also do commendable voice work, providing energy and warmth to complement the animation's frenetic style. On a story front, KPop is most engaging and amusing when it is focused on the dynamic of the trio and their dual identities. The story primarily centers on Rumi and her endeavors to conceal her half-demon heritage. This is largely motivated by the influence of her adoptive mother, Celine Yeonjin Kim, who was a member of the previous generation of the Demon Hunter pop group. The plot goes into K-drama mode as soon as Jinyu and the Soja Boys come into the picture, and even more as Rumi and Jinyu's forbidden romance save the K-drama trope blossoms. The writers take full advantage, leaning into it with genuine dramatic elements and humorous self-awareness. However, the balance between Rumi's journey of self-discovery and her relationship with her band is uneven. Myra and Zoe are frequently absent well into the second act, as more time is dedicated to Jinyu. He makes for an alluring foil to Rumi. Tragic backstory. punky character design, and all that. However, he occupies a significant amount of screen time in areas where Huntrix's friendship should be center stage. Pop has lofty ambitions, but not have enough time to realize them as the film advances. The story aims higher, delving further into the backgrounds of its large ensemble. However, the convoluted plot elements remain largely undeveloped as a result of the film's brief 98-minute runtime. Many of the problems with the plot can be found in the climax, which feels rushed to an underwhelming degree. The film could have benefited from a longer runtime to fully realize its intentions, as it effectively maintained momentum up to that point. But whatever its shortcomings, the film mostly overcompensated with its animation and music. Visually, Pop leans more into Spider-Verse's realm. Kang Apple-Hens have a sharp eye, particularly for deciphering which moments call for fast, expressive movement and which ones need a more subtle, dramatic weight. The action sequences are intensified by higher frame rates and blend city 2D action lines with a 3D backdrop. The film's unique, fully realized art direction gives the fleshed-out world a vibrant visual pop, using an explosive color palette derived from K-pop music culture. Pop also uses a distinctive blend of 2D animated anime expressions on detailed 3D models, resulting in hilarious visual gags and physical humor. Pop features some of the most catchy genre-bending original songs in film this year, complete with visually stunning music numbers written and produced by various Korean artists, including AME, Audrey Nuna, and some members of Twice. Frankly, Pop and Sinner's soundtracks clear all of this past year's best original song nominees, especially the horrendous winner, similarly to previous Sony animation films that became Netflix exclusives. Devo, The Mitchells vs. the Machines. Pop Demon Hunters is far too dazzling to be seen on a small screen. Not to brag, but when I saw it at the Paris Theatre for a press screening, it was mostly empty and I was having a ball, tapping my toes and bopping my head. I strongly encourage you to look up Showtime since it is getting a limited theatrical run in some areas. Seeing it in the theater is a friggin' blast and was truly one of the best theatrical experiences I've had all year. Maggie Kang Chris Apple-Hens Pop Demon Hunters is a visually stunning animated genre bender, brimming with style, action, and a wonderful soundtrack that pays homage to K-pop and Korean culture in every frame. It once again proves why Sony Animation is the best in the biz. Number 4 plot. A world-renowned K-pop girl group, Hanju X, balances their lives in the spotlight with their secret identities as Demon Hunters. Review. If you're a Netflix subscriber, the best animated movie of the year so far is within your grasp. Pop Demon Hunters is a perfect storm of sight, song, character chemistry, color, and emotion. It's the Powerpuff Girls meets Blackpink. It's a kaleidoscope of colors effortlessly rotating from bright to dark and tuned to a soundtrack of genuine bangers. It's another shot in the arm from Sony Pictures Animation, the studio that changed the game by releasing the groundbreaking film Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, co-directed by Maggie Kang. Rise of the Guardians, the Lego Ninjago movie, and Chris Appleton's Wish Dragon, Coraline. The film focuses on Rukmi, Arden Cho, Myra, Mayhong, and So, Ji Youngyu, a trifecta of demon hunters disguised as the K-pop girl group Hanju X. As a trio, their voices lend power to an enchanted barrier-keeping Wema, Lee Byung-hun, a soul-eating demon lord. At bay, when arrive a boy band, the Saja Boys, led by the charismatic and traumatized Jinyu, and Hyol Song, steals the spotlight. Hanju X must find a new voice to bring balance to a world consumed by fear and self-hatred. There are many reasons why your social media is blowing up with talk about Pop Demon Hunters. Firstly, the film drips with confidence. It has something to say, and the filmmakers take every opportunity to deliver something entertaining, emotionally intelligent, and drop-dead gorgeous. The friendship chemistry between Rumi, Myra, and Zoe is aspirational, with each character having a unique energy to add to the movie. Secondly, the drama is real. Pop Demon Hunters isn't afraid to grab hold of humanity's inner demons and shake them loose with infectious grooves and mildly relatable lyrics. Beyond the discord created by Rumi keeping a dark secret from her friends, the film delves into the thickness of fandom, our inability to let go of the past, and making peace with our imperfections. If you crave romance, the ties between Rumi and Junie throughout the film will play tug of war with your heartstrings. Visually, Pop Demon Hunters is bursting with color, personality, and pizzazz. Like being shot in the face with a glitter cannon, the film explodes with style, creating art that dances between 2D expressionism, Saturday morning cartoon slapstick, and comedic perfection. If you think the music video style portions of the film are impressive, wait until you catch the action sequence in the men's bathhouse. The fight choreography in Pop Demon Hunters is wildly entertaining, and how the animators sync the most devastating moves with the film's music is nothing short of fantastic. While Pop Demon Hunters excels at offering audiences a feast of visuals, it also shines with inspired performances from the cast. Arden Cho, Rumi, Hong, Myra, and Ji Young-yu, Zoe, build their characters with life, sincerity, and a desire to heal the world no matter the cost. Meanwhile, Anhyle sobs. Jinyu aura radiates charm and mystery as a demon torn between the family he left behind and the person he was before making a terrible choice. Then Zhang delivers the goods, like always, as Hunter/X's social media obsessed manager, Bobby. At the same time, Daniel Daikin steals the show for a few unforgettable moments as the buggy-eyed charlatan. Healer Han, if you're not a K-pop fan, don't worry. Will be by the end of Pop Demon Hunters. It's impossible not to surrender to the soundtrack created by K-pop producers Teddy Park, Lindgren, Stephen Kirk, and Jenna Andrews, with Ian Eisendrath executive producing, and original songs performed by J.E., Audrey Nuna, Ray and Me, and Twice. Not only Yao sung's genuine bops, but the emotionally resonant lyrics amplify our connections to the characters and story in powerful ways. Not since last year's The Wild Robot have I been so overwhelmingly impressed by an animated film as I'm with Pop Demon Hunters. Sonya needs to announce a sequel immediately. The buzz around this film is more than deserved, and I can't imagine a world where Sonya doesn't see the excitement and capitalize on it. Do you hear me, Sony? Let's get it done. Done. Number 5 and the world of K-pop Demon Hunters. Saving the world is just another item in an idol's busy schedule, but for the young women of Huntrix, a K-pop trio who double as supernatural warriors, the real battle isn't with monsters. It's with the pressures of perfection, the weight of expectation, and the question that haunts every performer: who are you when the spotlight turns off? Directed by Maggie Kang and Chris Appleton's, Netflix's latest animated feature is vibrant, action-packed, and surprisingly heartfelt. Beneath its sparkly surface lies a story that understands the soul of K-pop, a genre built on duality, glamour and grit, fantasy and discipline, spectacle and sincerity. More than that, K-pop Demon Hunters is a smart, emotionally grounded celebration of Korean culture, idol group dynamics, and the power of finding your voice, even if you have to scream it through a demon portal. A supernatural storyline grounded in K-pop reality. Netflix's K-pop Demon Hunters could have easily gone the way of comp parody or industry critique, but instead, the animated action comedy threads the needle, embracing the spectacle of K-pop while digging deeper into the emotion and cultural core that makes it so powerful. The film follows Huntrix, a wildly popular K-pop girl group that also moonlights as demon slayers tasked with protecting the Hannu, a golden blue barrier that keeps demons from a human world. Of course, Rumi, Myra, and Zoe also have to protect their idol image. Like many real-life groups, Huntrix functions as a carefully calibrated constellation of personalities. Rumi, voiced by Arden Cho, is the group's powerhouse leader, driven and disciplined, with a voice that can level buildings. Think Twice as Jin. Myra, voiced by Hong, is the icy main dancer, cool and composed but hiding deeper vulnerabilities in soul. Voiced by Ji Young-yu, the magnate unresident rapper from America, brings chaotic good energy and comic relief in equal measure. Together, they embody the familiar archetypes of K-pop stardom, but the film gives each one interiority, pushing past the image to reveal the person underneath. The soundtrack mirrors this layered approach. It blends original songs written for both Huntrix and their rival demon boy band, the Saja Boys, with real-world K-pop hits from EXO, Twice, and even first-gen icons Seo Taiji and Boys. The result is a musical landscape that feels as expansive as K-pop's rich history. At first glance, K-pop Demon Hunters is a fun, flashy premise built for a TikTok generation. But what makes K-pop Demon Hunters truly compelling is how it engages with the duality at the heart of idol-dom, the tension between public persona and private self, the intense pressure to be perfect, and the strength it takes to keep showing up for your fans, your group, and yourself. K-pop commentary with heart, not cynicism, and a whole lot of style. Unlike some recent Western takes on the music industry, K-pop Demon Hunters doesn't reduce K-pop to a punchline. Instead, it treats the genre with sincerity and admiration, capturing both the magic and the machinery behind it. The film nods to the punishing schedules and image management that idols endure, but it never frames these as soul-sucking. Well, until the Saja boys show up. More on that later. Rather, they're part of a complex system that produces global stars and also lifelong bonds. This is clearest in the way the story centers the group dynamics of Hendrix, Rumi, Myra, and Zoe aren't just colleagues or stage partners, they're more like sisters. They fight demons and train together, but they also share ramen, tease each other backstage, and show up for one another when things get tough. Their friendship is the emotional backbone of the film, grounding even its most outrageous action sequences with warmth and authenticity. Visually, K-pop Demon Hunters is a feast. The animation is dynamic and electric, bursting with bold textures and expressive flair. Characters emote big, eyes turn into literal hearts, pupils pop like kernels of corn, and meme-like visual gags heighten the humor and emotional stakes in equal measure. It's a style that feels delightfully unrestrained, drawing inspiration from anime, internet culture, and the kinetic energy of Spider-Verse era pop art. K-pop Demon Hunters was also produced by Sony Pictures Animation. Whether it's a high-octane demon battle or backstage heart-to-heart, the animation enhances the emotional beats without ever feeling cluttered. Like K-pop itself, it's meticulously crafted, slightly chaotic, and impossibly fun to watch. Saja Boys, the soul-sucking boy band, will still stand. Every great girl group needs a worthy foil, and K-pop Demon Hunters delivers with the Saja Boys, a fictional boy band who are as heartthrobbing as they are villainous, styled with the swagger of Monster X and the media polish of a third-gen powerhouse like BTS. They're instantly memorable, especially when they make their slow-motion entrance to EXO's Love Me Right. Hair tousled, eyes smoldering, abs rippling, evil intentions barely concealed. That's because these boys aren't just Huntrix's industry rivals. They're demons, literally, sent to the human world to seduce fans and drain their souls. The Saja boys weaponize their good looks, honey-dipped vocals, and perfectly synchronized choreography to suck the souls out of anyone who dares to stand. It's a brilliantly pointed metaphor. Boy bands that feed off obsession, idol worship that consumes. The commentary is sharp, but it never veers into scolding a just winking acknowledgement of how powerful and parasocial pop fandom can be. And yet, like any good boy group, they're hard to resist. Jinyu, voiced by An Hyle Song, the group's devilishly handsome, conflicted leader, has an undeniable spark with Rumi that hints at a deeper emotional arc, and his softening adds just the right amount of romantic tension to the story. The film smartly positions him not just as a villain, but as someone wrestling with identity, loyalty, and maybe even love. It's also telling how quickly the internet has latched onto the Saja boys within the film's world and in real life. Their popularity eclipses Hendrix almost immediately, yet another sly nod to the way boy groups often dominate mainstream attention. No matter how hard girl groups work to earn their place, from viral fan edits to spicy fan art, they're already the internet's newest obsession. Of course, no film about K-pop would work without killer music, and K-pop Demon Hunters understands the assignment. The original soundtrack, created in collaboration with producers from The Black Label, home to Taeyang, Jan Sami, and Blackpink, is genuinely impressive. Songs like Golden and Takedown wouldn't feel out of place on a reliable group's comeback album, with propulsive beats, dynamic hooks, and lyrics that tape into both the emotional highs and warrior-like tenacity of being an idol. That's thanks in part to K-pop singer-songwriter Rich A.E. who provides Rumi's singing voice and helped pen many of the film's original tracks. Her involvement brings a layer of authenticity to the film's sound, blurring the line between fiction and reality. And looking at her IRL song credits: Drama by Espa, Olo by Nyx, Birthday by Red Velvet. She knows a thing or two about writing a girl group banger. It's no surprise that the songs on the soundtrack are already charting on Spotify. She's joined by Audrey Nuna as Myra's singing voice, and Ray and Me as Zoe's, both of whom bring their own vocal flair to the film's genre-hopping tracks. K-Pop Demon Hunters gets it right. What makes K-Pop Demon Hunters so effective isn't just that it nails the aesthetic, it gets the emotions right. It understands why fans keep showing up, for the bonds between members, the resilience behind the glamour, and the shared dreams that power it all. It's a film that celebrates girlhood, creativity, and Korean identity without glossing over the costs of fame, and it does so while being genuinely, delightfully fun to watch. For K-pop fans, there's plenty to love. From the pitch-perfect idol archetypes to a scene-stealing variety show face-off between Hendrix and the Saja boys. But even for the uninitiated, K-Pop Demon Hunters is an accessible, wildly entertaining entry point into a global phenomenon that refuses to be boxed in. And yes, the soundtrack absolutely slaps. Crystal Bell is the culture editor at Mashable. She oversees the site's coverage of the creator economy, digital spaces, and internet trends, focusing on how young people engage with others and themselves online. She is particularly interested in how social media platforms shape our online and offline identities. She was formerly the entertainment director at MTV News, where she helped the brand expand its coverage of extremely online fan culture and K-pop across its platforms. You can find her work in Teen Vogue, Paper, Nylon, L, Glamour, NME, W, The Fader, and elsewhere on the internet. She's exceptionally fluent in fandom and will gladly make you a K-pop playlist and provide anime recommendations upon request. Crystal lives in New York City with her two black cats, Powell and Sophie.